All right, go.
When moving to a new city or country, one of the things you look out for is the accommodation. There are so many options when it comes to accommodation in New Zealand that it becomes very hard to decide where to start from. That is why you have me. I'm going to tell you about the different types of accommodation we have in New Zealand so can help you to choose. And I also have free tips at the end, so don't go anywhere. If you are traveling to New Zealand as a tourist, for hikes, camps and all that, or you're migrating to New Zealand for whatever reason, or you just want to know what's on in New Zealand, then keep watching. New Zealand has accommodation options to suit every taste and budget, so let's explore. I'll start with apartments. These are like staying in a hotel but with a combined flexibility of self-catering facilities. Most of them are similar to the high-quality hotel suites, and their prices are also in the same ballpark as those hotels. In some places, it's called service apartments. It's like living in your own house, but in a city center, CBD, and all that. Even though we know your house is not as beautiful as that, but I digress. Then we have bed and breakfast. And just like the name, you sleep and you wake up to breakfast, which is often served at a particular time. So you'll be told when you book this, when the breakfast is served, so that you can wake up and have your breakfast. It's great because you stay with the host, have a chat, and arm yourself with local knowledge. For instance, when we went to Coromandel, we stayed in a bed and breakfast, and the host has suggested a beach for us, which we loved. And she also suggested a shortcut back to the bed and breakfast, which ended up being a scenic route. I documented all this in a video, so click the link at the top right corner of this video to watch it. Another beauty of bed and breakfast are the personal touches that comes with the house. So no bed and breakfast are the same. As for the prices, it ranges from the low prices around $100, which is budget friendly, up to the luxury range. Airbnb has even expanded the range of bed and breakfast. On Airbnb, hosts rent out their homes to travelers. In some of these houses, the host could be living in it. Sometimes the host doesn't live in it. On Airbnb, you can book a shared room, a private room, or you book the entire house. The range of properties on Airbnb has expanded to include houses, apartments, guest houses, and even hotels. Speaking of hotels, NZ is a tourist destination, but ironically, hotels are not very popular here. Or maybe they are, but I'm not just rich enough to know that they are. Anywho, who's judging? There are many hotels to choose from, and they come in different shapes and sizes and personalities, with different prices to suit your financial needs, from budget to luxury. I think the minimum price for hotels here is around that 100 or up to 500, depending on how much luxury you want. Hotels generally includes restaurants, bars, spas, swimming pools, cafes, valet parking for some of them. Hotels are not cheap though. I've lodged in a few hotels in New Zealand, including luxury boutique hotels. It was fun. I can tell you how, if you ask nicely. Yeah, their beds usually start from the queen size bed, and having twin beds is very common. You'll find hotels mostly in larger cities. What you'll find in smaller cities are mostly motels, and you can also find motels in larger cities too. NZ has so many motels, and when compared to other countries, these motels are of higher standards. Some even look like hotels with spa, restaurants, swimming pool, and what have you. They feature a range of rooms starting from studio up to 1 to 2 bedroom apartments. You also have tea, coffee, TV. So if you're on a budget but also appreciate the ease of a hotel stay, then motels are great for you. You'll find them in major cities and also in smaller towns. If you thought motels are very popular, Backpacker beats it, hands down. It's a perfect option for those on a budget. The nightly room rates are per bed, and it starts as low as $30 per night. I don't know about this post-COVID era, maybe things would have changed. The common rooms are 4 beds to 8 beds, but it can also go up to 10 beds. There are also private rooms, however, these ones will be more expensive. The quality ranges from downright terrible, like why would anybody want to live here, to oh my god, is that a hostel? I love it here, it doesn't even look like a hostel. The great perks about this is that you'll get to meet like-minded people and possibly make friends. For me, I'm going to be traveling to Australia soon, and I plan on staying in a backpacker, and hopefully I'm going to make friends there. Excited! Homestays. Homestays like home away from home. At least that is the idea. You get to stay with friendly hosts who are happy to introduce you to their friends. You get to share facilities with this family and also even share meals together. Mostly dinner from what I've heard. This type of accommodation is a great choice if it is your first time in New Zealand and you really want that comfort and someone to introduce you to the way of life and culture of New Zealand. It is also a great option and even highly recommended for students under 18 years of age. Similar to homestay, you have farm stay. NZ is big on farming. If you had watched my video on fun facts about New Zealand, you will know that we have more sheep than human beings. So they're very big on farming. And this farm stay gives you the opportunity to live with a farm family, well, a family that owns a farm. Well, live with people on farm anyway. You get the authentic rustic Kiwi farm life and even get to help them on the farm if you want. Breakfast is also often included in this one. Then we have holiday homes. Holiday homes are called Batch in the North Island and Creep in the South Island. Everybody in New Zealand wants to own a holiday home. It's almost like a tradition, honestly. Holiday homes are a great option if you are traveling as a group or if you want that ease of having your own apartment with self-catering facilities, then you get a holiday home. You can also find them on Airbnb under the entire apartment category. Holiday parks are another type of accommodation in New Zealand and are great for travelers, especially those on road trips. They have powered and non-powered sites for camps, caravans, camper vans, and motorhomes. Some of them have lodges and self-contained motel units. They would always have shared bathroom facilities and shared kitchens. And you will find holiday parks are very close to popular towns or tourist destinations. Now, since New Zealand is the ultimate camping destination, the last but not the least of types of accommodation in New Zealand are the campgrounds. And like the name implies, campgrounds are open spaces that allows tourists to stop and sleep for the night or for a week or for the duration of your stay. You decide. The facilities vary depending on who is managing the campsite, and so does the price. Freedom camping is possible in some areas, but is generally not encouraged, so it's somewhat restricted. If you want to even do freedom camping, they ask you to do responsible freedom camping, which means you camp and you take your things and you leave. So that is why we have a lot of campsites in New Zealand. Private campsites are not free, and they also can be expensive depending on when you book, but they are still cheaper than hotels though. DOC provide campsites too, especially in many conservation areas around New Zealand. The facilities there are pretty basic. You have water supply and you have toilet facilities. These toilet facilities are mostly long drops, that is into pit latrine. You get the gist. Good. These are the categories of DOC campsites available. Some of them will require you to pre-book ahead, some of them won't. Some of them will require you to pay some money, some of them will just need you to give donation. However, DOC campsites are all reasonably priced. That is all for accommodation in New Zealand. The next one will target accommodation specifically for students. So hit the subscribe button to be in the know. And don't forget to like this video. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one. Bye now.